everyone, Ivy Gaming here, and today we're playing Raid Shadow Legends, and we have champion buffs or rebalancing coming. I'm actually not sure if some of these are nerfs. They're trying not to nerf champions though these days. They've said that very openly. They're trying to just bring other champions up to speed and not have to nerf our favorites and create counters to the top tier champions and stuff. So I don't think we're going to see a lot of nerfs unless something comes out that's accidentally broken. But I think we have some buffs to talk about. So let's do this. I'm going to go through, and I think you guys are going to be quite surprised at this list, although some of them are probably a long time coming. Let's start here. Necro Hunter. How many times do we get this sucker during fusions, shard pull events? You're just like, how many Necro Hunters? How many? Let's see what's up for Necro Hunter. So, Gravestorm. It's going to be attacks one enemy, attacks all enemies one time if this attack is critical. So instead of a 50% chance of attacking all enemies with an extra hit, if this attack is critical, boom, it's an AoE as well. So that's perfect if it's critical. Easy, build 100% crit rate, done. Alright, so let's see, Tombstalker. Cooldown decreased from 5 to 4 and 3 when booked, so that's nice. So we have a perfect veil on this champion, but it's just a single target attack. Meh. And they added an aura to him, increases ally crit rate by 19% in all battles. So he doesn't have an aura now, but he's going to get an aura for a crit rate, which is actually nice because depending on the comp and the place you end up using them, if you have a very specific team built for something, you can make everyone's speed lower. But I don't think that's really going to be the case with this character. Sounds like a Faction War champion to me with this AoE on his A2. Faction Wars, 100% crit, stun set or something. That's about it. I mean, it's a 3-turn cooldown, though it's a little slow, so meh. I mean, decreased defense on the A1 is really nice. Can't go wrong there, right? That's nice. It does book up to a 65% chance, but I don't think he's the most exciting in the world still, but hey, at least they're making him a little bit better and more viable for Faction Wars, because before that 50% chance to AoE, or attack again, that's not that exciting. At least now he's viable for Faction Wars and the grind and helping people complete a pretty difficult Faction War. Alright, let's take another look. Kalya! Okay. So, Kalya, not Talia. My brain went to the other one for a second. So she is our HP burner. I remember some people using her early on in Clan Boss forever ago. Let's take a look at her. Super heated hammer. Damage increased. So her multipliers should go up. Curse of Nullity. Damage increased. Again, we should have a multiplier increase on her here. Attacks all enemies, has a 75% chance of placing a 100% heal reduction debuff for 2 turns. So instead of 50% chance, this is going to be a 75% chance, which will book up to a 100% chance to land a heal reduction debuff. I wish she had a 3-hitter on her A1 instead of here. This would make her more viable for something like Fire Knight. But maybe she can help. Oh no, I would say she's the wrong thing to help with heal reduction in the keeps, right? In Magic Keep, I guess that's about it, but no, not really. Let's see. We also have Flame Tempest, sorry, I can't talk today. Damage increased here as well. So she's overall just getting increased damage multiplier. She's going to hit harder. Attacks 3 times at random. Each hit places a HP burn debuff for 2 turns. So instead of a 60% chance of placing, it's just places. So she's going to have a 100% chance, minus, of course, getting weak hits when you cannot place a debuff, or getting 3%ed in general. Alright, and then we have another one which I'm really glad they're buffing, but I kind of wish the buff was different. Frostbringer. Will Frostbringer finally bring the frost? Will Frostbringer finally bring the frost? Let's see. Cones of Cold. Attacks 2 times at random, has a 30% chance of placing 100% heal reduction debuff for 2 turns. So from 15 to 30, which will book up to 50% chance of placing heal reduction on her A1. That's nice. 2 times at random. That's actually good against Fire Knight. Not so bad. Snow Flurry attacks 3 times at random. Again, good for Fire Knight. Each hit has a 75% chance of placing a decreased defense debuff for 3 turns. All right, still good for Fire Knight. Still good to have the multi-hitter in there if we're working on that shield. Depending on where you are in the game, maybe Frostbringer is going to be pretty darn good for progression at least. 75% chance books... Okay, that doesn't book up, so... Wait... Oh, it used to be if the target has heal reduction, but now it's just has a good chance of placing. Okay, and they're actually adjusting her, so her cooldowns are going to change. Her debuff chance is going to go up. So this will be a 100% chance of placing decreased defense debuff for 2 turns when fully booked. That's great. And guys, ready for this next one? Are you ready? Are you ready, kids? Aye, aye, Captain. I can't hear you. Ready? Loadpainted. Hey! Loadpainted, guys. Her base speed is going to be increased from 92 to 97. That's a nice jump. 92 is pretty slow. That's a hard one. Cross up. Alright, damage will be based on HP alone instead of attack and HP. Oh hey, we're making Loadpainted a proper HP-based champion. Her damage is going to scale with that as well. So that's attacks 1 enemy 2 times, chance of placing block active skills for 1 turn. Nice. Simple, decent A1. So Underlying Fury. Removes all debuffs from this champion and 1 random debuff from all allies. Oh. So now she's a cleanser. Then heals this champion by 100% of their max HP and heals all allies equal to 50% of the surplus heal. Afterward, places a 30% reflect damage debuff on all allies for 2 turns, then grants this champion an extra turn. Does that not scream Hydra, except when you don't want the Head of Mischief to steal your reflect damage buffs? But still, there are ways around that, right? That sounds great. She's gonna cleanse, heal, and place reflect damage, and all in the same skill. That sounds like that will be awesome for Hydra. The A1 is not gonna help against Hydra at all, but that sounds great, and that's solid. Finally, makes her even worthy of... She wasn't even worthy of faction wars before. I mean, sure, because like this is the reality. She was just doing it for herself. She was selfish. She wasn't helping the team. Now she's at least helping the team. So now she's a great candidate for your faction war progression, guys. Wonderful for faction wars. Pull out your Loadpainted out of the vault, guys. Play around. Let's get it. Oh wait, we have one more. Overpower. Cooldown decreased from 5 to 4, 3 when booked. So, attacks 1 enemy, has a 75% chance of placing block active skills for 2 turns. Damage inflicted is proportional to this champion's max HP. So that's great. She's properly, again, a max HP champion. So I wonder, I guess they're leaving this attack and HP base for her here. But now she's going to be a proper champion that you can build super tanky. And... will also do damage based on that as well. So this is like a weird kit though. It's like she has a little bit of control with her A1 and her A2, which is nice for faction wars. You can lock out the revivers or lock out the Valkyries that are gonna put up stuff that you don't want to have to deal with. And then she's total support here with this ability. But at the same time, these damage being based on HP almost makes it feel like you should build her to hit hard. So she confuses me a little bit. It's a little bit of I feel like these two skills sound like it's worthy of throwing a little damage on her too, why not? But then this is not damage, this is just have accuracy. Oh, not even. Accuracy for these, but I mean, sorry. Accuracy on her kit overall and just stay alive is what I meant to say. I don't know. Sounds good to me though, right? Let me know in the comments below. What do you think of the new Loadpainted? Where do you think you'll use her? Do you think you'll use her or will she stay in your vault? I think she sounds great. I think that sounds like a really nice improvement and might actually make her worthy as a cleanser and healer for a Hydra boss at least. I feel like they're trying to get people involved for Hydra. Or at the very least, she's awesome for faction wars, I think now. This skill right here is going to just be so much better with, I guess I could, let me show you guys. I'll pop it up on the thing. This skill is going to be so much better with the heal for all allies, a debuff from all allies, and a reflect damage going on all allies. So, Loadpainted usable? But Frostbringer is still not bringing the frost. Come on, Plarium. I swear they just mixed up Frostbringer and Shiramani with naming the characters. That's my theory. That's my theory. Right. I'll see you guys in the next video. Depending on the order you watch these. We also have a fusion happening, right, guys? We have a fusion fragment event, I should say. Stay tuned for that as well.